like Scientology have going for it, I should say, I say that kind of ironically, but what they do have going for them is that there's the whole social psychological piece there. The group of people around you are also getting you very pumped up. And you're not just having one conversation with one person who's going to try to convince you of something. If they think you're going to be a hard sell, they're going to bring in others who are going to tell you how wonderful this is and how you need to make a decision now. And so you feel like there's something wrong with you, that you're not somehow seeing how great this is. And you might believe that this is something that's really an opportunity you can't pass up. I, every once in a while, go check out cults. I go to free introductory meetings and parts of weekends. And I do it to collect information so that when someone comes to my office, I feel like it's doing sort of due diligence where I want to find out if it's safe, right? If it's safe for me to do it. I want to find out if this is really happening there. Not that I'm at all doubting my clients, but I want to kind of see, I want to get a flavor for that place and the language that's used and all that. And I know we'll talk about language at some point.
For sure, because it's a whole subject in itself in terms of control.
Oh, absolutely. So there was one particular cult group that I went to. I was getting a lot of calls. It's sort of a Jewish mystical group. There are not a lot of cults that are Jewish, not as many as other groups, but I wanted to check it out. And as soon as I started questioning the teachings, and really, so if you buy this book, you won't get cancer. And if you bathe in especially blessed water, you'll cure yourself of diseases. And wow, that's fascinating. And really, there was a huge earthquake in California 2 years ago, but because the members prayed and were able to buy more editions of the books that they sell there, then we in California then didn't feel the earthquake. That's why we didn't feel it, and there was no damage.
This is stuff you've really heard.
So, you wouldn't.
Well, I have to. I just have to laugh because everything you're saying has numerous instances that just pop up in my head of times that has happened. That exact thing happened in Scientology, right? From my own experience.
Okay. Yeah.
The Berlin Wall coming down in the 1980s, so what was it, 1987, 88, was directly attributed in the world of Scientology to the release of their highest OT level, OT8, and people getting started on that and finishing it on that ship they have, the Free Winds. That was the catalyst for the Berlin Wall, on the other side of the world, coming down, because of all the free, spirit energy, they call it theta, that was released with those OT8s having been newly minted and created on the ship, the Free Winds. And that was cause effect. Like, there was no joke about it. We really thought, and I have to say, I actually believed that was the case.
Yeah, well, you want it to be true. When you have devoted so much time, or you've been raised in a group, or the people you love are in it, and you want to believe that what everyone you love and your friends believe is actually valid, you're going to make it somehow make sense in your mind. You're going to let yourself be kind of open to this idea of making connections between things that are not connected. And the way that that's usually done is by way of proving the power of the leader and proving the power of the group, and proving why it needs to exist and how much it can do in the world. And so much happened during the turn of the century, too, that the end of the world was predicted by, I'd say, a good 12 groups that I knew about. And it didn't happen, right? Because we're still here. But in each group, it was explained in a different way.
We're still here.
Right. Hey. But in each group that I dealt with, it was explained in a different way. And it was all because of that leader of that group. And it was all because the followers were listening to what the leader told them to do. And it was all, the proof was all used to kind of validate the power of that particular group and its teachings. So what I noticed was that when I went to this meeting, everyone was supposed to be a newbie there. But after I started, I decided to start questioning, because you find out a lot about the true nature of a group when you question what the teacher has said, and you question what the leader has said, and you question the teachings. That doesn't go over well ever, which helps you know that it's not a healthy group, helps you know it's a destructive group where you can't have your critical thinking.